just within the last couple of minutes, the United States military says 3 service members have been killed and 5 seriously wounded in the Iran operation. Fox News correspondent Rebecca Castor will join us with what we are learning in the very latest in just a few minutes. But as you know, all eyes from around the world have been on the Middle East following the U.S. and Israel teaming up to attack Iran. Once again overnight, there were massive explosions and strikes in Tehran as the Israeli military says it was targeting the heart of Iran's capital city. This video from the Israel Defense Forces showing multiple explosions. Iran's supreme leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei is dead after the major attack launched by Israel and the United States. Plus, Israel has also said it has killed 40 top Iranian military officials, including Iran's chief of army staff. Meantime, Iran's foreign minister says a new supreme leader will be chosen within the next 2 days. And the Iranian president says their new leadership council has, quote, begun its work. This comes as President Donald Trump is warning Iran not to escalate its attacks, writing on social media overnight that American forces will strike back, quote, with a force that has never been seen before. This follows threats from Iran after they acknowledged the killing of their supreme leader. Iranian media reports more than 200 people were killed in the attacks, including at least 148 at a girls' school in southern Iran. Meanwhile, the Israeli military says it is not aware of the strikes on the school. So still a very fluid situation. Several airports across the Middle East are closed today as the conflict continues into its second day. The closures have stranded tens of thousands of travelers around the world and has affected hundreds of flights here in the United States. Here is a live look at the disruptions. According to FlightAware, most of the cancellations coming from Dubai, Qatar, Tel Aviv, and Abu Dhabi. And authorities in Bali, Indonesia say more than 1,600 tourists are stranded at its international airport today due to the several airspace closures in the Middle East. The stranded passengers still waiting for clarifications on when they can depart from there. For a second day in a row, the U.S. State Department is telling Americans and diplomatic staff across the Middle East to shelter in place. The U.S. is urging Americans overseas to follow security guidance from the nearest embassy or consulate. This comes as at least 9 people were killed in clashes with police overnight after hundreds of protesters stormed the U.S. consulate in Pakistan. 8 others were also hurt in the clashes, but police say the situation is now under control. Secretary of State Marco Rubio has launched a task force to help Americans overseas. Meanwhile, other nations are speaking out on the attacks. Iran's foreign minister insists, despite U.S. claims to the contrary, they were approaching a diplomatic solution before the strikes.
And I don't know why the United States, why President Trump just missed that opportunity. Ask the foreign minister of Oman how close we were to get a deal.
The United Kingdom played no role in these strikes, but we have long been clear. The regime in Iran is utterly abhorrent.
Meantime, the U.S. State Department says Secretary Marco Rubio had a previously scheduled trip to Israel tomorrow, but it has since been called off.